Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2. We are picking up the action where we left off and we are seeing Juggernaut trying to run away from Plux at this moment. The dodge is quite strong in the fresh tire stages, but Plux is no slouch, he will come back again. We see Flapjack after his pit. Martin there. Little skipping. We have Mr. Sean, Berkey, and Ricey. He's just been into the pits, with Senna right behind him. He's also been into the pits, and he is down for the chase. As we see Muller has finally caught up, but then again, within a few laps, he will have to go into the pits and get some fresh boots on, and he will lose a bit of ground up to the rest of the guys again. Still have 29.5 minutes to go of this final race of season 5. So let's hope everyone can keep it clean and stay towards the end. As we see Smith just driving his absolute hardest, not giving an inch. Juggernaut has gotten himself a good gap down to Plux. Plux is trying his absolute monstrously hardest to keep up with the mighty American machine. But I think the American machine just has that little bit of power that Plux is missing. Flapjack also trying to catch up to the rest, and to Baby Spice. Flappy Spice, of course, in the same M4R crew. No Alex on track today either. As we see, Martin B has had a very unlucky season so far. Some would say possibly the worst season anyone could have. But still sticking in there and trying to keep up with the might of the Tier 1 boys. Sean has gone into the pits. Tires aren't looking that bad, so I really don't understand why he would go in. No fuel. Maybe it's just to stave off Berkey, but Berkey is so far behind, so I really don't see the need for it. Rising now in front of Senna. I think he'll have this in the ballpark. Coming back on lap 43, we are 12 minutes into this, into part 2 now. And as I said, we're going to skip forward a little bit as we see Smith in third after his pit stop. Plux in second, still chasing down Juggernaut. Juggernaut is looking desperate for fuel as his tires is starting to run off. And I think Juggernaut has been pushing it as hard as he's possibly able to. And he's going for yet another lap with the dangerous Plux following in the back. Looks like Plux is back to form after his wheel got repaired. So he's doing good so far. field is quite spread, so not a lot of action going on. We'll just have to follow it where the action is, where we can find it. As we see Juggernaut coming through the chicane. No worries there. No worries for Plux. None for Smith. Looking clean from Flap. Martin now. Let's see how he tackles the chicane. Very clean over. Don't even think about touching the sausages as Sean does. Just skips over. Coming back to Berkey. As we see Senna into the pits. Got himself some new fresh tires and some more fuel. Should possibly last him until the very end. And Berkey skipping over the sausage curb. Ricey, let's see how he tackles the infamous sausage curb. Stays away from it. And Muller is finally in 9th place. He is finally, after 1 hour and 14 minutes, finally he is in 9th place, and he stays away from the sausage curb, and Senna just attacks it head on. As we see, the top 3 guys are starting to catch up to the back markers, but Juggernaut will have to pit very shortly. The fuel is looking low. The tires are looking quite good, but yeah, the fuel is starting to suffer. Plux has initially more fuel, so I think his plan is to stay out for maybe 3 to 4 laps, then go in, get some more fuel in the tank, just enough to finish and possibly nab 2nd place, perhaps 3rd. Don't know how long it is until Smithy will go in. Maybe Smithy will go in within a few laps as well. Trying to go for the... Well, he does have the fastest lap. Couple of seconds between the boys now. Very brave of people to choose the Viper in GR4. It looks to be a strong car in the hands of the right person, namely Smith and Juggernaut. Smith isn't catching up a whole lot to Plux, even though Smithy is on fresher tires. Let's go to the telemetry just to see who's got the actual fastest lap. That is Smith with a 138.4. So yeah, that should be lap 44 for him. And we see Juggernaut going into the pits finally, leaving Smith and Plux going for yet another lap. Maybe Plux is even trying to stay out on the remaining tires he has, the remaining fuel he has. But if he'll, if he'll be able to keep the monster Smith behind him, that's the big question. As we come back to Senna and Muller, they're also in a quite close-knit battle for ninth. Muller has fresh tires, but Senna is in the slip. Let's take a look back at Smith and Pollux. No change. Going back to Senna and Muller. The battle for ninth. None of these two really want not a 10th place, but one of them has to take it. As we see Pollux and Smith. Smith is extremely close. He just can't get past in these twisties. There's no chance. None whatsoever. But that doesn't stop him from trying. Both have a little bit of penalty. Smith has more to get rid of. 0.4 for Smith, 0.1 for Pluxy. As we see Senna losing a bit of ground to Muller. Ricey's all alone. Berkey's all alone. Sean is hunting down Martin, but still too far away. Jignaut in fourth. He's trying to catch up to the top two. As we see Smithy going on the inside of Plux before the chicane. Will he manage to succeed? As Plux goes very wide and scratches off some paint, and Smith is up into first. I think Plux's tires have had enough, but what about Smith? Will he go in for one final time as we approach the last 10 minutes of this race? There will be no further skipping of this race. We will follow the action until the very, very end. As we see that Smith is pulling away, but the question is, like I said a couple of corners earlier, will they both go in or will they both stay out? Flapjack is not far behind, nor Jaggernaut. As we see Smith going around for another go, same with Plux. Flapjack is going around one more time. Jaggernaut is good towards the end, the last 9 minutes now. Martin is inching closer, but not enough. Sean is trying to catch up, but I don't think he will be able to. Maybe he'll be able to, but it remains to be seen. Berkey, of course, very alone on track. Same with Ricey, and Muller is gapping Senna. Nothing Senna can do. He's out of the slipstream. Nothing he can manage right now. As we see Smithy coming up on Senna. Let's hope Senna promptly gets out of the way of these two. Plux has to dig deep, figure out what he can do on those extremely worn tires. Can they last until the end? Can the fuel last until the end? Though Plux has more fuel. Will they both pit? Will they both stay out until the very, very end? Finally, we get some action on this track. Fuel gauge of Smith has started flashing. Will the fuel last for the remainder of 8 minutes? Will the tires hold? And the same with Plux. Will the tires hold? Will the fuel hold? As we see Sean into the pits. Probably needed one final stop. As we see him coming out. And Berkey is there, so Sean comes out with good margin. With a good margin. Senna now, probably feeling the pressure of the blue flags, but then again, Smith and Plux aren't close enough for Senna to yield just yet. As it looks like Smith is locking his fronts. Just look at the rear tires of Smith. There's almost no rear tire wear at all, just front. And Plux is more consistent with equal tire wear on all four tires. 6 minutes to go now. This is going to be a make or break moment for these two. As we see, Senna has let them both go. No point in staying out anymore. As Smith cuts that sausage curb quite a lot. And 5 minutes remaining, people. Season finale. And I think Smith might have this one in the bag. I'm not sure about the fuel though. Plux has ultimately more fuel, so he'll be able to go towards the end. I am not sure about Smith. Smith does have a little bit less fuel at this point. Will it hold? Is he fuel saving? Is he in fuel map 3 or 2? As we see Jigna just in front of Flapjack. Flapjack has not pitted, so he's probably going towards the very end. And Martin is looking quite low on fuel. Will it hold the last few minutes? As we see Sean with a very low fuel gauge. Very fresh tires. Berkey. We have Ricey. Muller there. Finally got 9th place. He's not giving that up. And Senna has fallen down all the way to 10th. As we see Smith still staying out. 3 more minutes, 2 more minutes actually. I'm not sure if he has enough fuel to last more than 2 minutes. see Plug's going low on fuel, still staying out, so he's gonna go towards the end. No need for fueling for him. I'm still concerned about Smith. His fuel gauge is extremely low, and I don't know if he has enough. It just has to last for one more go for Smith. Or will that be too much? Just look at the front left of Plug's. Not much remaining on that tire, though he's trying. Plug's is quite efficient on worn tires. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the end of the lap. Smith will make it unless he runs out of fuel right across the line. Then he's timed this correctly, perfectly. Smith coming home to claim first place. As we see, Ricey has gone over the line. Second place for Plugs, third place for Juggernaut. We have a fourth for Flapjack, fifth for Mr. Martin B. I'm just going to take a look down. Okay. So these are the last three to finish. And Martin is very low on fuel. Will it last until the very end? Does he have enough fuel? That he does. As we see Sean coming up. There we have Berkey to finish his lap. Thank you all for watching, and it's been a great season, a lot of action, a lot of drama, and come back next time for another video, possibly tier 2 or tier 3, and we'll speak again soon. This is Kimaru signing off.